Hey guys, it's Bernie again. Another Tuesday, another vault. I think this is week 10 of season 2. 10.1.5 just dropped last week, so we had the new Mega Dungeon. It's pretty fun if you haven't done it. Recommend checking it out. Drops 437, which is like equivalent to heroic grade loot. It's pretty good, and some aspect crests. So interesting time, kind of cool dungeon. Some of the fights are a little overtuned, but pretty fun. And last week we didn't do quite as much content, just kind of relaxing a little bit, not trying to go as crazy. I don't need to do all 13 characters. So I think the focus from here on out is kind of just on the 5 or 6 I feel like playing for the week, and what I get done, and that's it. No expectations. So the vaults will be a little smaller, but we're fine with that because we'll be having fun. Haha. So firstly, we've got the Warlock. I think I just did an 11 on this guy. He is still my weakest character. If I have a rat, this is the last one. Everything else is about 430, so not a whole lot of work to do on some of the other characters, but maybe we'll take this guy to a raid this week, get him some tier gear and some crests or something. Pretty much anything but a weapon or a cape. Would love a tier piece. Oh, gloves with avoidance. Oh, those are sick. It's like a 40 item level upgrade, and it's a tier piece I can catalyze. That's perfect. Thank you, game, for rewarding me. Wowie. 4 item levels on those gloves. So last week we had like a 60 item level weapon upgrade, and then we got a 40 item level glove upgrade this week. Pretty sick, honestly. And I think I can actually catalyze 4-piece out of that, so we're really happy with that. Wow. Wowie. Alright, and we will do the DK next. I think I just tanked 1 key. It was a 17, so it's going to be a 441 piece. Haven't really been tanking as much lately. All my tanks are like 435 to 437-ish, except for my DH. So at this point, it's mostly just like about farming crests, getting my 447 embellishes, that sort of deal. So what do we even really need anything? We got a really good trinket last week, which was solid. I guess another trinket is the Mag Mammoth scale is not that good. We have a ring to replace Amulet. I guess boots or like this neck at 441 would be an upgrade. That's really it. And we'll just stay as unholy. Is that a weapon? It is a weapon. The stats are just okay. It's not Ashkander, but I think in AoE, especially against non-humanoids, a 447 would be better than an Ashkander. So I am going to take the weapon. Plus, it's an appearance. 2 tokens is not really worth a lot to me because I don't have any, so cool. We'll take it. That looks like shit. Wow, they really... It's a shitty looking tree. Like a tree branch. Alright, anyway. We've only got like 4 characters left, I think. So the Shaman also did 1 key. I think it was also a 17. Probably gonna open his Elemental. My Enhance is pretty much done. I have all the dungeon stuff I need. I think I still need to make my Embellishes 447, but I'm sitting at like 440. I don't know. Kind of lost interest in the Shaman. He's been done for a while outside of raid trinkets. So I guess an Ellie weapon, an Ellie shield. Maybe a better statted ring. My trinkets are like fine. Yeah, kind of indifferent. Only did 1, so we don't even have enough to get a socket. That is a shield. That's actually a really good Resto shield and a pretty good Ellie shield. Which I don't think we even have a shield, so you know what? That's perfect. And we can just craft a weapon later if we feel like it. So, cool. Good with that. It's just the... I think it's the Siege of Orgrimmar lookalike shield. It is. Interesting. Well, Perfectly acceptable. Alright. And then we've got the Warrior. The Warrior did 8 of 9 heroic. I don't think I have a Sark kill, so I'm not going to see a Beacon. Which is fine. Beacon's not like that good on Warrior. What are we hoping for? I think like a Chromatic Essence would be good, because I still have a blue trinket. An Ashkander would obviously be good. I mean, the rest would be like such minor upgrades. We do need to get our embellishments bumped up a little bit. They're both 424, but yeah, this character's slowly getting there. It's almost 430. Wait. Do I want to be in Prot spec? No, I need to be in arms for Ashkander. That was almost a mistake. Okay, nothing exciting. So Hero Track Shoulders, which would eventually be an item level upgrade. The Helm, which I've already alluded before. And a Verse Crit Ring, which is extremely bad for everything except for Prot, and it's only okay for Prot. Or we take a socket. I kind of think I just take the socket and I put it on the Frostfire belt. Like, 4 item levels on shoulders is not really going to do it for me. And like, I don't even really have the crest to get them because I don't have any aspect crests. You know what? We're just going to do that. We're just going to get a socket. And that's fine. Totally acceptable. Cool. And we've got the Evoker. The Evoker, I did 4 keys. 16s. I also did a Sarkareth kill for the Legendary, but no dice. We're just hoping the bad luck protection eventually adds up, and that we get it eventually. But I did 4 16s, I did 2 keys as Prez, and I did 2 as Augmentation. Augmentation's pretty interesting. Like, it's not a super complicated rotation, it's pretty simple, but you do buff the fuck out of your group members, so if you want to help your group members pump, it seems like a very easy spec, and it's pretty popular. It's also got a lot of fun, like, utility things. Now, with 2 16s, that's what, 2 441 pieces? What are we hoping for? I mean, I guess I should go as Devastation, because I could use another DPS trinket. The weapon from Brackenhide would be really good. The ring from, like, Underrot or Nelth Slayer would be good. That's really it. So we're hoping for, like, an Iridius Fragment, weapon, or a ring. Okay, that's neither of those. So we have a Myth Track Helm, which would be an item level upgrade eventually. Or we have a Myth Track Chest with Indestructible. Or I can take 4 tokens and get a socket, which I could then put on my helm. Or my belt? It's not really that exciting. I think I'm just going to take the chest and then upgrade this to 447 and then catalyze it. It's probably the biggest item level bump, and, you know, the free Indestructible, sure, cool. Wish it was like Leech, but, you know, no big deal. Alright, so we're reasonably happy with that. We've got 2 characters left. Got the Shadow Priest, which I actually did some 20s on this week. With the release of Augmentation, and Fire Mage was also buffed, so there's a new meta comp kind of running around for DPS with Augmentation, Shadow Priest, Fire Mage, which synergizes really well with each other. I mean, I did like a 20 freehold. We timed it with like almost 10 minutes left. I did 210k average DPS. It's pretty fucking crazy. So we got 4 or 5 portals done last week, which is nice. Wasn't really planning on it, but then we just kind of started rolling in, so we knocked out a bunch. What are we hoping for? I mean, I have spoils already. I guess 447 boots. or a 447 ring. That's really it. I guess a 447 cloak that I could replace my sport cloak if I don't need the defensive. Not a whole lot for us to get. I did do enough to get a socket, so we will get a socket if we have to. Well, am I going to open as holy? Do I care? I'm trying to think if there's like a dungeon trinket I could use for healing. Let me just like scan real quick. I don't think there is, but you never know. Not in there. No. Like, I don't even think I would take a rain song. I mean, we don't care. We're just going to open to Shadow. Who cares? Chances of us getting anything are pretty much 0. Okay, so a 447 weapon with okay stats. Not really great. 447 shoulders, which we already have 447 shoulders. Or the Raid Finder shoulders, which are a pretty cool transmog, honestly. I kind of want to take the transmog, because these shoulders are cool as fuck, and it's hard to get the Raid Finder transmog. Like, I already have 6 tokens waiting for the next thing to socket. I'm going to take the transmog. Getting a socket is not hard. I do not have a lot of upgrades left, so we'll do some fun picks, you know? Cool, so we have all the shoulders now. Man, those are sick looking. Priest really has a good set this tier. Alright, and the last one. So we did play the mage a bunch. All the specs were reworked. The class tree saw some significant changes. All the specs saw buffs. Fire and Frost are both looking really, really good right now. So I played a bunch of Fire last week, and we went from like 423 to like 437. So our mage is pretty juiced. And we did a full heroic clear and 4 16s, I think. So we're going to have pretty good choices. If this loading screen ever finishes, Jesus. Oh, we're DC'd. They do not want me getting on my mage, apparently. Ooh, a character with that name already exists. Well, cool. We might be screwed out of that character. This might be an early end to the vault video. We can just talk about what we got next week. I'll try to log into a new character and see if I can swap it out, but if not, could be the end. Well, my mage just logged off, so we're gonna try it again. And if it doesn't work, then I will end it here. Very random DC. I was afraid it was going to be a DDoS again. The servers got DDoSed on like Sunday night right before raid. Come on. All right, so yeah, we're 436.5. We did end up getting spoils, and we have a voodoo doll, which is pretty good. We crafted 437 neck, 447 ring, and a 437 weapon. And then we got a bunch of the raid pieces, so we do have 4 piece. I mean, what could I really use? I guess a chromatic essence would be good. Flowstone is also okay. The cape would be interesting. I don't even know if I would pick it, but the cape would be interesting. And then dungeon trinkets. I mean, a higher spoils or a higher voodoo doll would be perfect. A slightly better statted ring, or bracers. Like, that's really it. You know, we're sitting pretty. So let's just see what we get. Okay, I don't see anything super interesting. But let's take a look. Crit haste offhand, which I already have on the hero track. A hero chest, which I already have. A verse crit socketed ring. I mean, it's okay. Really want haste verse. I want something with haste on it. I don't want to drop a 900 haste from changing rings. Another crit haste ring with even worse stats. And then 441 gloves. Well, I think we just take the gloves and we can upgrade those to 447. Which is not amazing, but you know, an upgrade's an upgrade. And I think later this week we were going to plan on probably gearing the mage a little bit more and maybe focusing on the evoker. I had a lot of fun on the evoker last week, either doing augmentation or preservation, so we got some work to do, but overall, you know, some small upgrades. Affixes this week, Tyrannical Storming Raging. Okay. It'll be fine, I guess. You know, like nothing that will stop you, but Tyrannical's pretty miserable. Alright, well, and I'll be streaming this week. Probably do the Mythic Dungeon a couple times, do some more gearing on a couple more of my characters. And maybe even some hardcore leveling. My Shaman's 28 on that. And I think the PTR opens later this week, so we can get back on the classic PTR. You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Veronyx, Veronyx. Hope you guys have some good vaults, and have a good rest of the week. See ya.